Recently, I revisited arguably the most controversial Call of Duty title, Modern Warfare 2019. My return to this game made me reflect on the everlasting debate over it. Is it really the worst Call of Duty ever, or was it more than that? Modern Warfare gets a ton of hate, but also a lot of love. It's weird to say as a longtime Call of Duty fan, but MW 2019 is nostalgic for the newer generation of COD players. So I decided I'd return to finally put that debate to rest. And after playing this game 5 years later, in 2024, here's a retrospective. Now, regarding what I experienced in my return to this game, Modern Warfare, this is about as casual as it can get right now, which is really weird. Coming back to this game, going back from, back then to now, I actually was having a really casual experience and I was actually enjoying myself. It was really weird. I don't remember the game playing this way, but I know, 5 years later we're playing this game and all the sweats are gone for the most part. Clearly in my lobbies anyway. It didn't feel very sweaty at all. Played on a variety of maps, even Piccadilly, Pickle Dickle I like to call it. Piccadilly, one of the worst maps ever. Played on that. I think I was using the HDR on that map, but man, I genuinely had fun in my return to this game, 5 years later. Modern Warfare 2019 and 2024, the game is just way more chill. I would actually recommend, if you're coming from Modern Warfare 3, I actually would recommend you play this game right now, because it's still pretty active. You can find the match fairly easily, at least in my experience. It could be different for you, depending on, connection. It just felt so much different in a good way. But now let's get into why Modern Warfare was so freaking hated, why this game just pissed all of us off, including myself, and why I still hold a grudge against it to this day. So first of all, I want to start out by explaining, it's really weird to say as a longtime Call of Duty fan, it truly is, but this game, Modern Warfare, is nostalgic for the newer generation of COD players, and it sort of is for me as well, but I'll explain in a bit. But before we get into that, I just want to solidify that Modern Warfare 2019 changed Call of Duty. It revolutionized Call of Duty from, we all know from the multiplayer side of things, at the very least, this game, it totally changed the way multiplayer played. Okay, what do I mean by that? So, you got all these different sight lines. The maps were totally designed different. They weren't, traditional 3-lane maps. This is why the game got tons of hate. It felt like Infinity Ward with this game, Infinity Turret as many of us call them. They totally changed the game in terms of the design and the way the game plays. Normally my KD would sit around, a 2. In this game it was probably a 1. I mean, that's mainly because I like to mess around on this game. It was kind of goofy, but I'm gonna get into that in a bit as well. You got loud footsteps. Okay, what did the loud footsteps do? The loud footsteps made everyone just be stationary, just be like a statue. That's basically what the game made you play like. And you couldn't move. It restricted you from moving, and it promoted camping. That's, probably the #1 reason. There's that infamous clip of a dude looking both sides. I don't remember what map it was, but they all are the same. It got buildings, windows everywhere, doors. But there was a dude, I think from the beta, who looked across the street, looked to the left, looked to the right, looked across, nothing. Okay, I'm moving forward. Boom. As soon as he moves, gone. When he watched the kill cam, there was a dude in a window from, God knows where, and that was that. I think he left the match after that rage quit. But we all know, look, that was the main thing with this game, the horrible change, actually. I'm just going to say right now, I actually really did despise this game, and I still do, in many ways. And again, camping is the fact that it promoted camping, the horrible map design, as I said, horrible map design with the doors and windows. Again, doors, adding doors into Call of Duty. They tried to make this game more like Rainbow Six Siege, more tactical, but it went away from what Call of Duty truly was. And it started with this game, with Modern Warfare and the Warzone era. It started to stray away from the arcadey feel that Call of Duty used to have, which is why a lot of people didn't like Cold War, because the game was more arcadey. But this is really why Modern Warfare was just easily the most hated Call of Duty, especially at the time, overtaking Call of Duty Ghosts as the most hated Call of Duty ever. We're going even more into these newer games. They're getting even more hate, and it's because these developers have just gone so far away from what Call of Duty used to be in the old Call of Duties, but that's a whole other conversation. But for now, look, Modern Warfare also introduced the skins. These skins that have absolutely nothing to do with the game. It was just another factor. This is why it just felt totally different with this game, and everyone just wanted to give up on Call of Duty. They really did. A lot of the longtime fans quit after this. And the gunsmith system, just like, okay, you're adding 3 to damage, 3 to range, whatever, but you're -5 to accuracy, -5 to this, -5 to movement speed, ADS speed. Like, it's just garbage. The gunsmith system is so garbage. I remember when Call of Duty used to have, okay, you want to have foregrip? Okay, +1 to accuracy, and then that's it. Suppressor was the only thing that really negated anything. It was -1 to range, or damage or whatever. I don't remember exactly, but obviously, you know, it silenced your weapon, so that was the drawback with it. You can't just have a silenced weapon and not have any, you know, negation after that, but you get the point. There were so many things from a design aspect that Modern Warfare just totally failed at, and just got so far away from what the core Call of Duty experience, the traditional experience, the classic games used to have and used to be. However, there are a few things that Modern Warfare did actually not bad. And number one, I want to talk about sniping, because sniping was so much fun in this game, from the car to the HDR, the AX50, the SPR, I don't know if you guys remember that, the SPR when they added that in the Season 6. Initially, from that time, it was just like for weeks on end before they nerfed it eventually, because the speed on it was just so fast and it was powerful enough where if you shot at the chest up, yeah, I mean, it was golden. It was like the combination, the combo of the car and the SPR, it was just unmatched, and it was so overpowered. Everyone was using it. It was the new meta. You couldn't really do anything about it. Also, the AS Val came out at that time, and they were 10-round mags, but you could shoot through like 6 walls through this. And I remember getting a win, I believe, on solos for Warzone, and I used this weapon, I believe. And the AS Val, although it only had 10 bullets in a mag, you could put this attachment on it where it would allow you to basically have freaking wall hacks, or at least, you know, you could shoot through multiple walls, and it was crazy. It was absolutely insane. I don't know if you guys remember that, but let me know, comment down below if you do. But I also enjoyed a lot of goofy things on this game, like ninja defusing. I used to love ninja defusing. This game, I would say this about this game, right here, right now. This game brought back that community sense that the old Call of Duties had. And it really did feel like the Call of Duty community was strong, even from the multiplayer side to the Warzone side. That is the very least I can say, that this game did very well, actually. It succeeded at bringing the Call of Duty community together, and it grew the community. And it hadn't felt like that since Black Ops 2. It felt like the old days in terms of the, you know, the voice chat. People were on the mics again. People, you know, search and destroy was a hell of a time. It was a great time. You know, again, ninja defusing. I used to love ninja defusing back in the Black Ops 2 days. Well, I was doing that again in this game. There were so many memories I made in this game, and actually that was the type of content I started making out. I was starting, you know, doing ninja defuses and just trolling, you know, voice trolling and stuff like that. Just basically screwing around a lot on Search and Destroy Your Friends, which is probably why my KD is around a 1 on this game, to be fair. But again, I just hated the game so much. I didn't feel like you could right gun or play the game normal, so I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna screw around and have some fun, because this seems to be the only way you can have fun on this game. And I did. I had tons of fun, and this game provided me with so many memories. I would go as far to say that I had so much fun in this game that it rivals the old days. Now, does that mean I believe this game, you know, compares to the old? No, not at all. I'm not talking about the game quality. The game itself, this is one of the worst Call of Duties ever, fundamentally. From a design aspect, this game is one of the worst Call of Duties, but I also had some of the best times because of those, again, those moments I talked about, playing with Search and Destroy, you know, just messing around, voice trolling, you know, sniping, ninja defusing. It was a really fun time. There was a lot of goofy mechanics, you know, the corpse launches. There was a lot of funny moments we had. We did some, you know, recon drone trolling where you would throw the C4 on the recon drone, and then, you know, you would call it out your teammate, you'd have the recon drone, and then you tell your friend when to detonate it, and then you would detonate it, get the kill. It was like the funnest time. I don't know if you guys remember that, but man, I look back and I realized this game is very important, especially on my YouTube journey, because this is the game where I really started, like, for real, when I was grinding and I really, you know, was enjoying making content, you know, doing all those goofy videos and stuff like that. And I did a healthy variety of types of, you know, content on this game, but it was just all over the place, but it was fun to me. The game offered a lot of fun just because of how bad it was in a way. It was just really goofy. The game was just so bad that it forced you to play in a goofy way to have fun, and I had a lot of fun, made a lot of memories. And again, YouTube, this is where it all started out pretty much, technically. Not really, but this is where it really started out in terms of, you know, finding out I really would love to do this in the future, and I realized, man, I could actually do this in the future. And this is why I kind of hold, so, you know, a lot of good memories on this game again. And again, this is where I met a lot of really cool friends they're probably watching right now. But I still play to them with this day, but this is where we all met. So it's pretty crazy looking back all these years later, you know, 2019, 2020. And we had tons of fun in this game. Again, just 6-man lobbies running on search, just screwing around, just doing whatever. So many good memories. I had tons of fun on this game. I have not had more fun playing Call of Duty since this game, purely based on just having a good time with the intention of going on voice chat, you know, having it be a social game. This is the last time. Now they got the AI voice chat moderation in the older games. Just It's just a total clown show. It doesn't even make sense. You're trying to get people to play your game, but you don't want them to talk? How does that make sense? Going back to the, if I could take anything away from this, of all the fun I had on this game, of all the misery I had, because there was probably an equal amount of both, maybe a little bit more misery. Although it just destroyed the traditional concept of Call of Duty, although it introduced the skins, the immersion-breaking skins and all this garbage, the Battle Royale, Warzone, at the same time, Verdansk was a lot of fun, made a lot of good memories on that as well. Again, I just want to emphasize the point that it brought the community together. Do you guys understand how dead this game is? Viewership is down. Nobody cares about Call of Duty right now. Modern Warfare 3 is a failure. It's a scam. Even Modern Warfare 2 2022, total scam. These games are absolute garbage made with zero passion, but at least in this game you could say, you know what? This brought the community together. The community was about as strong as it could be. You could say, oh, the pandemic. Well, there you go. There's one point. But this game, it introduced something new. At the very least, it revolutionized how we perceive Call of Duty. It introduced a new concept. It was fresh. Although it sucked, it brought a lot more people in, a lot more different players from different backgrounds, different other games. I would say that is the best part about Modern Warfare 2019. So yeah, this is a quick little retrospective for you guys, and just telling my experience of this game, how I experienced it 5 years earlier, 4 years earlier, 2019, 2020 versus now. It just feels totally different. But I also recognize that this game led to the demise of the Call of Duty franchise. It truly did. But again, the community was strong, and it was great. But I'm curious as to what you guys think about this game. I know there's probably going to be a lot more negative than positive comments, but I genuinely want to know, because again, if we truly reflect, we can at least acknowledge some positive things that came out of it. And in the moment, it's really hard because you hold such disdain for the game. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. Click on this video next. You're gonna enjoy this one. Alright boys, I am a sentinel. This has been one.